have a follow-up question about that.
Sure.
As a parent, sometimes your kids are, complaining about something or upset about something. And it is definitely my habit I think I've really failed in this in many ways, because I think I'm often trying to point out, you just said you don't have to validate the experience or the facts, you just have to validate the feeling, which makes a lot of sense. But I'm wondering how you do that and parent at the same time, because sometimes we need to teach our kids to not view things a certain way, to have good opinion, have good, good thinking. So do you have any suggestions on how to balance those two things?
Do you have an example in mind?
Well, that might take me a second to drum up an example.
Well, the short answer is you can combine both.
You
but
can
I
or you
want
can't?
an example. You can combine both. But I want an example to show you how. So you can hug them and then parent them.
So kind of like first validate their feelings and listen to them, sit with them, but then you can follow it up with the parenting afterwards.
Without saying something that will make them not come back to you if they're in pain. Because sometimes we dismiss children too fast, too soon. Sometimes their pain is real, but if the child did not get validated by their parent, then they tend to hide things from their parent and no longer come back to them when they need something.
Yeah.
And that way, I mean, I rather like make them feel that they can come to me anytime they need me than make them feel that I'm not available because or I'm punishing them when they come to me.
Okay, how about this? So I have adult children. I have one child, and then the rest are adults. But one of them, she's okay. So she's my only daughter, and sometimes I think I probably did not validate her enough at all when she was a child. So she has that trauma. So now when she comes to me, a lot of times she has complaints about me. So she's complaining to me about me. And she will say, like, you never take ownership, you never acknowledge what you did, which I personally don't think that's true about myself. So it's hard for me to like acknowledge her pain, but not defend myself at the same time. It's a really awkward situation to be in. So let's say she's coming to me and she's saying that, like, you did this thing wrong and you're not acknowledging it. And that is basically, she wouldn't say these exact words, but she'd feel like that's triggering her trauma from the past. As a human being, how do I, and she's not always so nice about it either. Sometimes it's pretty harsh. So I've always wondered, how do I hold space for her and hold space for myself at the same time?
I think you need to sit down and settle all things together, or at least one by one. So and once you settled one thing, you agree not to go back to it. So it's not something that she needs to hold on you for the rest of her life. But at the same time, if it's something really bothering her, it needs to be dealt with. So that's deal with it once and for all. And instead of having it coming up every now and then and in every occasion, and it's like something on top of you all the time. And every time you need something or you want to talk about something, this comes up. Deal with it once and for all.
Okay, thank you.
And you might need somebody to mediate between you two.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you.